Haba, that was taken away from him. He says, when I grew up, I got married to this big tzaddik, up his name, so don't quote me on it. So when I got a big girl, and I became an older girl, she actually ended up marrying a tzaddik nistar, a hidden tzaddik. Nobody knew he was such a big tzaddik. And this Rabbi Cheskel, who became a husband, he said to her, my dear wife, do you realize what you've done? She said, I don't know, what do you mean, what did I do? When you were a little girl, you cried and cried about having your hair combed. And because of your screams and cries, the holy Baal Shem Tov has lost to Hashem. Once Mashiach comes, how can we let that happen? And she said, I'm so sorry, what should I do? What can we do? How can we help him? And he says, I'm going to daven and I'm going to think about it. And the holy Rabbi Cheskel thinks, he says, it says, we say this in our prayers, Me'en olam haba yom Shabbat menucha. That Shabbos, keeping Shabbat, is like a taste of olam haba. The closeness that we will have when Mashiach comes, we already taste it a little bit, we feel it a little bit, on a very, very little way, on every Shabbat, when we keep Shabbat properly. The joy and the happiness and the closeness to Hashem that we feel on Shabbat is like a small ray of what it will be like when Mashiach comes. He says, and I daven. I said, please Hashem, help us to take away one Shabbat from the Baal Shem Tov. And by taking away that one Shabbat, please give him back his real Olam Haba. And I prayed, and from Shamayim, they accepted, and they said, okay. And he said, and that's what we did. We planned that your horses, we davened to Hashem, that your horses should get lost. Where's the picture of horses again? Oh, here. Should get lost, that you should get lost here in the forest, and that we should rule one Shabbat. So that's why I dressed up like a very crude, angry man. And really, he said, I'm not really like that at all. He said, but we robbed you of the closeness that you feel to Hashem on this one Shabbat, so that when Mashiach comes, you won't lose that Olam Haba, that closeness that we will have to Hashem when Mashiach comes, because I don't want you to lose it. And then he said, please, Holy Baal Shem Tov, please stay with us and experience a real Shabbat with us this coming week. And we'll make it. We'll make it a very, very special Shabbat for you. And of course, the Baal Shem Tov and all the Hasidim stayed. They stayed the week and they stayed the following Shabbat. And this time, they had a very, very holy Shabbat with all the tefillot and all the kavanot and going to mikvah and everything that the Baal Shem Tov would do to experience a truly closeness to Hashem. But children, this story has many, many, many lessons in it. Can anybody think of any lessons we could take out of this story? There's so many different lessons. Anybody have any? Yes, Chaya. Right, okay, that's one of them. The Shabbat is so special because Shabbat is a time when we are so close to Hashem, and it's actually a taste of what it will be like when Mashiach comes. Yes, darling.
Always donate and have to do a mitzvah and stuff.
Right, beautiful. So always careful to be doing mitzvah, yes.
Always daven to Hashem.
Excellent, always daven to Hashem, because Hashem always listens to us, just like Rabbi Cheskel, who davened to Hashem, please to help the Baal Shem Tov. Yes, darling. Beautiful. To be very careful when it comes to orphans, to help orphans, or for that matter, other people too. Yes, darling. Yes.
To be nice to people.
Right, to be nice to people, like this girl. You think, oh, what's the big deal? She was crying because she had lice combed out of her hair, but we need to be so sensitive when someone else is crying. She happened to have been an orphan, but even when Be'ezrat Hashem, nobody should be orphans. Chas v'chalila, chas v'shalom. When our friend is unhappy or is sad, that we should be sensitive to their cries and try to make them feel better. And certainly children, to be very careful never to hurt. Like hair is a very sensitive thing. We think, oh, it's just hair. But God forbid, if we pull hair, it can really, really hurt. And to be extra careful not to hurt somebody by pulling their hair. Yes, darling. Something else, yes. To keep the Torah, beautiful. Just one more comment. Anybody had anything else? Yes, darling. Oh, you weren't raising your hand. I thought somebody in the back was raising. No? Okay, girls. All right. Girls, thank you so much.
Yes.